Now I want to insert objects in the current slide. So what I would suggest that you do is go here under the Insert tab and notice that you have a whole bunch of objects here that you can insert. By the way, the process for inserting an object and tweaking it, it's pretty much the same for any of those. First, if you wanted to insert a new slide, notice that this option, it was on the Home tab and it's also here on the Insert tab. So in this case, we click on Pictures and then locate the picture wherever it is in your computer and then click on Insert. When you insert it, then notice automatically the Design Ideas option comes up, and then we can pick a design from here. Notice that for any of those objects, if you click on the object or the picture, notice you have those tools that show up. The idea here is that you can apply styles to any of the objects here in the presentation. To apply a style here, you can simply just hold the mouse on any of those and it will give you the live preview. There are additional options here and pick any of those designs from here. Now, once you have chosen a particular design, notice that you can come back here under the Format tab for this object, for this picture, and you can change additional items here. So let's say you don't like an outline for it. Let's say you want to change the effects as far as whether you want shadow and such, or three-dimensional components. You can all tweak it from here. So the idea here is that you are selecting an object and then you are looking at the tools available for manipulating this object. Let's say that I wanted to insert another object here from the web. We can go here under the Online Pictures, and now it gives us a choice to search Bing. Simply type the word, and then once you have determined which image you prefer, then click on the image and then click on Insert. Once you insert the image in your presentation, notice that Design Ideas, it will come up automatically for all the components that we have in this slide at this point. So we could pick this design, or this particular one, or some other design that you might prefer from here. Instead of having a PowerPoint that has, for example, the continuous improvement process where you say, okay, plan, do, check, and act, you can represent this in a more visually appealing way. So there are two ways to do this. You can either create the smart art as you are inserting the content in a new slide, or you can convert existing content into smart art. So if we go here and we click on Insert and then a new slide, and then choose Smart Art. Under Smart Art, notice that you have all of these different designs. So let's say this is what you'd prefer, and then pretty much pick one of those designs from here, and then click on Add. The first step is planning, do, check what you did, and then act on it. Notice that we have an extra option here that doesn't fit for our idea or our design. In our case, we simply press backspace here. It's readjusting the whole layout or the whole design automatically. To tweak this further, you can simply click on this object, and notice we have two different tabs here for the Smart Art tools. So you can change the colors for this, and then you can apply even additional Smart Art styles and make this three-dimensional and such. Now, in the cases where you have the outline and you have the content already typed, in this case you don't really need to delete this content. You can convert the existing layout of a slide into Smart Art. So you want to right-click anywhere where the bulleted list is, and then choose Convert to Smart Art. And then pick one of those designs. And then customize this to your liking by whether changing the colors or changing however you want to change those components. To insert charts, you'd simply go under Insert here, then under Insert, click on Chart, and then first pick the type of chart that you'd prefer to insert into your presentation, and then click OK. Now the next thing here is that it will actually open a worksheet very similar from Excel, And in our case here, let's assume that these are the quarters. So for example, we have quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 sales, and then we have the categories here, tablets, desktops, mobile phones, and such. And these, let's say they are into millions or whatever the case might be. Then you would basically update this data from here. So let's say that was 4.5 million or whatever it may be the case. Just change those numbers and notice it gives you a preview of what the data is going to look like. Now notice that there is a blue line here in the bottom. This is what controls what shows up on your chart. So you can simply drag this to the left and now notice our chart. It's going to look differently automatically here. If we drag it to include, let's say, desktops as well, then it will readjust automatically. Then we close the data here and now we have our chart. Now if we click on our chart, notice that we have 2 tabs here on the top. Let's say that we want to insert a video in this slide. We go here under Insert, and then we go under Video, and then we're going to pick the video from my PC. So you locate wherever your video is on your local PC and then click on Insert. Now at this point you can resize it. So this is how large it's going to be. This is how big it's going to be. And then you can click here on the playback option and then choose how you want this video to play. So when it reaches to this slide, when you're presenting this presentation, you want to know how you'll play it. So right now it is on click. If you want it so it starts automatically when it reaches this page, then you can do that by simply clicking automatically. So now if I wanted to present this, I'm doing it on click. All I have to do is either press F5 on my keyboard or go here to under Present, Slideshow, and then I'll click on it and it will start playing. Now to stop it, I'm clicking on it again. To exit of the play mode here, press Escape, and then we are back to the video. Now let's learn how to insert the video from the web. So I'm going to insert a new slide here, and then we go here under Insert, and then we go under Video, and then we choose Online Video. Notice we have 2 options here. We have the YouTube option and also embed it from another website. We want to search from YouTube. So for example, Word 2016, and here is a bunch of videos on Microsoft Word. We want this Excel tutorial, Excel in 30 minutes. Click on Insert here, then resize it, how big you want this to be displayed when it's presented, and then go under Playback, very similar to what we did earlier, and then you can click on to start automatically or to start on click. And now if I go and present this video, when I click on it, it's going to be streamed automatically from YouTube. Of course, you'll need internet connection for that to take place. And welcome to Excel.